Raise your hand if you're hiding. I am hiding. I don't want nobody to get to know me. I don't want to talk about my life. I don't want nobody to hear about what it's like when I come off stage and I'm nasty and sweaty. People always want to ask questions about what my job is like. I don't want to do that. I don't want to talk about how I organize my clothes in my closet. I don't want to talk about my finances. I don't want to talk about my bad habits. I don't want to talk about myself. I don't want to talk about how, I'm a strong woman and I can take care of myself, but I don't want to, and I wish somebody would offer to hold me down sometimes. I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty complications of life. Conversations are freaky sometimes. They're layered. I'm afraid to be misunderstood. I'm petrified of being disliked. I don't want nobody to hurt my feelings. I don't want to argue. It's a lot of work being loved. I think I'm too lazy to be loved. Listen, somebody had to admit it. I know I'm not the only one, okay? I just have the podcast, but I know somebody agrees with me. They're just sick and tired of having to talk about themselves. After you hit a certain amount of dates in life, you just go on date overload. It's like, no more, please. Just walk in and love me. That's not how it works, is it?
So one of the most common things that the internet says about dating is that the pool has pee in it. The pool is dirty, it's filthy, it's disgusting. And what's interesting is that you have to think about, well, who's making up the dating pool? Oftentimes the people who are saying that the dating pool has pee in it are themselves part of that pool. And I love what Chrisette Michele shared in this clip. It actually went viral on her Instagram. It resonated with so many women, especially Black women. And you have to ask why. Why did this resonate with so many women? Something that most women, if you want to say most modern women, don't talk about. She's sharing something deeply intimate and personal, and she's being very vulnerable, and she is revealing one of the main reasons why a lot of women remain single, why they prefer to be single, why they honestly should be single if they feel this way. And she sort of captures it all. She packages it in this phrase that she says that perhaps she is too lazy to be loved. And I thought that was well said. And even if it's a play on words or it's, figurative, it still captures a very important dynamic. And what I want to talk about is the dynamic of when people say relationships take work, that you have to put in the work, and everybody's always talking about work, but very few people will describe the work, the specific work that is being referenced. So we all know that relationships are work, but why aren't we being more specific about, okay, what is the work? What does it look like? And I think in many ways, Chrisette Michele highlighted what the work to some extent can and should look like. And right now we're talking about the work on ourselves. We also know that the relationship itself is going to take work, but even before that, you need to work on yourself. And part of that work is knowing like how to be open. Chrisette Michele calls it being uncovered. And if you all have followed my channel for some time, you know that I use the word uncovered in a different way. But she talks about before you can get into a relationship, you have to uncover yourself. Essentially, stop hiding. Be open to someone else seeing your flaws, seeing your imperfections. One of the reasons why I believe that a lot of men do not like weave, they do not like a ton of makeup, They do not like, the crazy lashes and many of the crazy nails, is because that is a way that women hide. This is my opinion. That is a way. It doesn't mean you can't dabble here and there, but when you're constantly, when you're afraid for someone to see you, whether that's see you physically or see you emotionally, when you are afraid of that, you will hide behind makeup, behind all the designer brands, the Birkin bags, and you'll hide behind all these things so that you're not seen. And this is why, if we go back to some of my earlier videos when I talked about the plain Jane, this is why the plain Jane often gets married before the baddie. It is because, plain and simple, the plain Jane, physically anyway, is not hiding as much. And obviously the plain Jane can still hide as far as emotions, but at least there is a component of the plain Jane that's exposed, that's uncovered, that's visible. And that is going to be where it starts. Now, if you want to go deeper, you want to go a little bit deeper.
One of the main places I want to improve is in my dating life. Do not add me yet. Give me a second. Let me just get through this. I want to improve in my dating life. He said, he who finds a wife. Well, hello, I'm right here. Thing is no one's finding me. So how can I get better at dating? What am I doing wrong? Why am I not being found? Well, you know me. I started doing some research. And I started with the very beginning of the concept, which is he who finds. Well, ladies and gentlemen, find means to uncover or to discover. Find may not just mean see. Doesn't say he who spots suddenly in a crowd. That would mean he who sees a wife. You can walk down the street and see a wife, but to find a wife, what does that mean? Why am I not in love? I think I'm not in love because I refuse to be actually uncovered, discovered. I refuse to let somebody come into my life and peel layers back and see all the things that I don't know that I'm ready for them to see. I'm kind of private. I'm kind of secretive. I'm kind of ashamed of myself. I'm not improved yet. Don't uncover me. Why are you not in love, Chrisette? I think it's because I'm afraid of truly being uncovered, found.
We can get into other ways that women hide. Again, some of this is going to come down to hiding emotionally. This is where my what do you call it? When I talk about the invisible black woman, I am actually talking about not necessarily a woman who is physically invisible. You guys know there's nothing about me that is physically invisible, but emotionally, yes. So we need to go deeper. What Chrisette Michele is talking about is something deeper, which is the emotional ways in which women, in this case, we'll say black women, hide behind all types of things. Their corporate jobs, their degrees, being busy. I'm guilty of this, right? I'm guilty of the latter. Hide behind even just, being a single mom and, all the things that you need to do. And it's very easy to get stuck or to become, quote, lazy with your routine of just perpetually hiding. And then these are the same people, the same women going out into the dating pool that has pee in it, right? So we talk about the pool being infested with pee, but it is filled with people. In this case, I'm talking about women, black women, who are spreading their, we can say toxicity. You know, they're spreading their lack of vulnerability. They're just out here hiding in plain sight. You guys know I talk about women, and especially black women, who hide in plain sight. And this is who makes up the dating pool. So what Chrisette Michele is sharing in this video is so valuable, because when we talk about work and doing the work, let's do the work. You know, when women talk about working on themselves, this is what she's giving you all a guide. She's giving us a guide in terms of, this is actually the work as women that we need to do to ultimately, you know, get into a relationship, get a boyfriend, get a fiance, and hopefully get married. Because Chrisette Michele has been very open herself about wanting to be a wife. And in fact, this video, she titles He Who Finds a Wife, or something like that. So she has a podcast. And so this particular video is her revealing her process of slowly trying herself to become a wife. And this is critical. You know, it's so important, and it's so rare. It's actually very rare for a woman, for a black woman, to say what she said in the way she said it. And honestly, I think that is why this went viral. This went viral on her Instagram page. And if you look at most of her reels and things like that, you know, they get about 30,000 views. This particular video got, I want to say, like 350,000 views. So we have to ask, you know, why was this so popular? Why did this resonate so much with so many black women? And so I am going to be right here on my channel, detail a guide to understanding what I call modern black women. And I'll be honest, I'm wondering if I should drop the modern part. And this is just, you know, if you would like to respond to this. I know that the word modern is, maybe it started with Kevin Samuels, I'm not sure. And it's something that many of us in Black YouTube adopted. I'm not really sure if I want to keep using that, you know, but essentially, because I'm like, who's not a modern woman? Like, I mean, I guess if you have traditional values, perhaps, but we're all living in modern times. So feel free to respond if you think I should drop the use of the modern. But essentially, my next video, I'm going to be detailing a guide to understanding black women or modern black women. And I just want to provide a framework, because I think a lot of times when if you are a woman yourself, or if you are dealing with a woman, or you're married to a black woman, it can get confusing as far as what is she thinking? How does she feel? And so, yeah, so stay tuned for that. This is all I have for now. Thank you for your patience as far as the lateness, or not. Thank you for your patience, as I know I have not been as consistent as I would like to be with some of my long form videos. So thank you all who have patiently waited for me to put out a video, if you care that much. So like, share, and subscribe. Click the links in the description box and get to know what I do with my media business, Curated Legacy LLC. Become a channel member. Click the join button, or look in the description box to become a Black and Invisible channel member. I have a book about being an invisible woman on Amazon. Would love for you to check that out. And if it's a good fit, purchase a copy. I also have a store. a black-owned store on Amazon. So if you are looking to buy soaps, shea butters, oils, books, and things of that nature, check out my black-owned store on Amazon. It is an affiliate link, so I will get a small commission if you do purchase something. Follow me on Instagram. I haven't been posting that much on Instagram, but I will post here and there, so please do give me a follow on Instagram. My name is Naka, and I'm here to make the invisible visible about modern Black women. And maybe I'll start saying I'm here to make the invisible visible about Black women. We'll see what your feedback is. I highlight the things that Black women wouldn't tell you. And as always, stay tuned for more videos.